I kind of knew this was coming eventually.
Group of white supremacists has founded a 160-acre settlement in the Ozark Hills for white people only, and it's called Return to the Land. It was set up in 2023 by two men named Eric Orwell and Peter Cesare, and it explicitly bans Jewish people, LGBTQ individuals, and anyone who isn't a white Christian of European descent. In this case, it turns out Jews are not considered white after all. Now, this white-only town is vetting members through interviews and ancestry screening, and only those who can prove European roots are allowed in. Right now, about 40 people live there full-time, but hundreds more around the world have already paid for membership. And once accepted, members can buy land, but instead of traditional deeds, they're sold LLC shares tied to private plots. The group claims that this loophole lets them bypass civil rights housing laws. Well, joining us now is Gerard Filiti. He's a senior counsel at the Lawfare Project. So can a community like this legally use LLC shares in a private members association to avoid civil rights housing laws? Are they going to be able to get away with this in modern America?
It's very unlikely that they will be able to get away with this in modern America, precisely because this runs afoul of anti-discrimination laws, federal anti-discrimination laws, and potentially state ones as well. Now, you can have a private organization that does discriminate. As unsavory as and disgusting as that may be, in America, you can associate with people whom you choose. But when you're holding yourself out to the public, when you're opening yourself up for a membership, and especially when you are constructing or selling housing, then you have to comply by anti-discrimination laws. And that means that you can't limit who you sell to, even if they're trying to structure this in a clever manner.
Basically, they found a way to get around discrimination laws. Personally, I don't really see anything wrong with a group of people deciding to go out in the wilderness and start their own little community. The only problem is they are specifically excluding blacks, gays, and Jewish people. That's kind of like a racist, but I guess it ain't count. That's kind of like a racist colony. I know it's quite obvious that the two people who founded this, who came up with this idea, are probably racist. But I don't think everybody's in that community is probably racist. They just find an opportunity to get off into a land by themselves and just live a more peaceful existence. But you can't really blame them. Take the racism, racism out of it. I really don't see a problem with it. And people can choose to live where they want to live, but their intent is the problem. I don't think they're gonna be able to get around with this legally. People have been doing this for years anyway. Black people. You know how it is when we come to some money and we move out to the suburbs and get away from everybody else. Basically the same thing. It just we just not causing harm to anybody. As soon as I got some money, I got about a Dodge and moved out here to the suburbs. Peaceful, quiet, on a daily. So I can kind of understand wanting to separate from society. Now, all this about the European heritage and trying to return to that culture, they have a problem with migration, mixing in with migration is a problem in this country. We know how that came about. But if they did this, well, I guess they had to put this out in order for them to so people can become aware of what they're trying to do and taking applications. Well, I'm pretty sure anybody can put in an application, but they only accept a certain few who agree with their beliefs and European heritage. There's so many things wrong about this. First, you had white on the restrooms, white on the pies. Now you got a white on the community. And what happened when somebody who's not white pull up to that community, lost or something? Then what? What are they gonna do then? They don't seem like hostile people. I think they're just people who just want to start their own little colony, which I don't understand. I don't see how it's gonna work. What are they gonna work? They're gonna have to be at schools. The kids gonna have to go to school. They're gonna need hospitals. So I guess they're gonna have their own little colony out there in Arkansas, up in the hills. But when they have emergency, they're gonna go back down to the city and get aid from government-funded institutions like the hospitals and things of that. I don't really see how this is gonna work. I mean, it's a good concept, other than the racist part, but I think we're going in the wrong direction when people want to separate. Which can you blame people for wanting to separate from society? Society is terrible right now. I mean, the violence, immigration problem, schooling system is garbage. Jobs are very tedious and lacking. You got a war area, 2 or 3 years, another war is popping up. Make America great again. Well, it's not separating. Everybody's separating from each other. It's not making this country great again. I think if we fix the country, if everybody take a look at themselves and fix themselves, that'd be a good start. So now it's a dog-eat-dog world. Everybody thinking about themselves. Don't nobody want to help anybody. And to be honest with you, you can't really help people these days. I used to do it all the time. People didn't even have to ask me to help. But usually the people who help, who are letting out a hand to help people, are the ones who get turned on first. And after a while, you be like, man, forget that. You're getting tired of getting crapped on, but all you're trying to do is help people, and you the bad guy. I see it all the time. The one guy who will help people out, and if he couldn't help them out, if you can't help them out, he'll find out a way to help them. That's the person people turn on. The person who stabbed you in the back are the ones who people look up to and want to be around. I never understand it. I see it daily. But I think this is the start of something bad, something really bad for this country. Return to the land. That's basically a breeding ground for a total hate group. I say not good, not good. But let me know what you think. Please comment. Please comment on this video. I definitely want to know what people think about this. I'm pretty sure most people probably feel the same way, that it's not a good idea. And it probably won't be able to get accomplished legally, even though they have already started. I think with the LLC, everybody putting in an application and buying private lots to build on. We'll see what happens with it. Me personally, I don't think it's. But I don't want to stop people from doing what they're doing to make themselves happy, but it's just the way they're going by doing it, by excluding Black, Jews, and gays. Literally saying that. I think we all can do better. But anyway, please comment on the video, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.